Okay, here's the first home we're seeing. This is 140 Cave Ave. This is the 3-bed, 2-bath, and I believe it was built in 1899. So pretty old home. You can definitely feel it on the inside, but looks like they took pretty good care of it. So as soon as you walk up to the house, you're in some of these little back roads here of Manitou Springs, and this one doesn't have any parking assigned to it. Like, there's no driveway. But the listing agent said people have parked here where I parked and they haven't had any issues, but it does say no parking anytime. So something to keep in mind. So let's head on in here. So right when you walk in, there's this little sunroom for seating. It looks like they have nice new windows that open up. Nice views out this window. And then once you walk in the house, off to the left here, you're gonna have the dining room. Nice old light fixture. Wood floors. And then if you go the other direction, you get the living room. And in the living room, you have this nice wood-burning fireplace. Again, nice views out this window. You can see a little bit of the wraparound patio, which we'll check out here in a bit. Check out this corner really quick. Looks like an intake or a vent for the AC and furnace. Looks like you got outlets kind of spread out throughout the room, which is good. Is there anything back there? I don't really see any outlets behind the mantle, but might be able to get something added there. And then over here, we have the kitchen area. With a nice little coffee station. Gas burning stove. No vent, but looks like the microwave might have some self ventilation. Let's see, Lazy Susan. Lots of cabinet space. Fridge over here. The appliances seem a little older. The countertop feels a little newer. Feels updated, but still could use a little more updating, maybe. Okay, and then if we go over here, this is gonna be your laundry room. So we got dryer, washer. This looks like a little addition. And then off to the side here, we have the start of the wraparound patio. You can come from the front to get in. Got a shed here. Let me see if I can get this open for us. Yep. It's a nice little shed. Extra storage. Cool little hangout area. Right next to the highway, you get a little bit of highway noise. Then you got some trails right here. One of these trails goes to the Cave of the Winds, which is a pretty cool spot out here in Colorado. If you haven't heard of that, I recommend looking it up. It's definitely a must-see if you come out here. And then, if you go like this concrete looks brand new. This concrete looks amazing. Looks like they just did some upgrades to that. The patio looks nice and level. I don't see any major cracking. Lots of vegetation, and then it drops off to what looks like a creek down there. You got little lizards running along the side of the house. I'm assuming this is some more storage under that. Let's see. Yep, got a little storage under there. Continuing on. And then this looks like some sort of like stamped and stained concrete. Got a water spigot on the side. And then another hangout area over here. So you got two hangout areas. This one's pretty cool though because you got nice views of the mountains. And this one's a little bit easier to access from the front if you're gonna have guests. You just come down these stairs here and they pop in right here. Over here, we have a little more storage. Access under the sunroom. Looks pretty new. All the wood looks pretty good from what I can tell. And then this door goes to the basement. So let's head on up. You have more storage. I see a little bit of moisture on the floor here, which I'm not sure what that's from. It could be just coming in from the negative grading of the house, or there could be some sort of leak. I'm not really sure. It doesn't look too crazy, but it shouldn't be standing like that, so I'm a little concerned. But over here, you have more 220 for maybe another washer and dryer. You got hookups over there, water shut off. Furnace looks a little older. Water heaters back in here, looks a little newer. See if I can see an install date. I can't really tell, maybe 2011 for at least the expansion tank. I'm not sure about the whole unit, but it's possible. It looks, oh wait, let me see here. Okay, that might be 2017. So, I'm sorry, yeah, 2017. So, those typically have about 10, 12 year life expectancy, depending on who you ask. So, looks pretty good. All right, moving on. Coming up from the basement, this will spit us out to the front door, dining, and kitchen. But we also have a bathroom right over here for guests or anyone who comes over. It's pretty nice though because it has a bathtub and toilet, extra storage, and a window. All right, now we're back where we started. Let's head up these stairs and see what they got. So, I'm gonna back up a little bit. So, you can see that the house is not perfect angles. Like, it kind of slants a little bit, but it's nothing too concerning. I mean, I can't say for sure because I'm not a structural engineer, but it doesn't feel crazy to me. It just kind of feels like a 100-year-old home. 125-year-old home. Okay, off to the right here, we got our first bedroom. Older wood floors, a little bit thicker than the ones we had downstairs, and it's kind of looks like it's separating a little bit, maybe from just time, or maybe there was a leak at one point from the ceiling. I'm not sure. Closet. Pretty big bedroom overall, and here's the view from this room. You get highway views. I'd say this is probably the noisiest bedroom of all of them. So one of these back here would more likely be the primary bedroom. This bedroom right here gets a ton of light. I don't even need to turn the light on, but here we go. Little closet over here. Old locks and handles. There we go. Smaller closets. I mean, this is a 100-year-old home. I feel like back then people didn't have belongings, so they didn't have that much storage. Okay. Another little closet here. Third bedroom. This one's carpeted, and it feels quietest in this room. View out this bedroom is your main road. And then view out of this window is that little side patio area. Oh, I didn't even notice this before, but it looks like there's a little extra washroom. So you got a sink and a toilet back in here. And that's pretty much it for this one. Yeah. Overall, pretty nice. Seems like they took care of the place. I wanted to add this extra video here to show some of the front landscaping we have going on. So there's the main road. We have some stones and some nice flowers, look like some native flowers or something, and some cacti in the back. Siding looks pretty good. I don't see any paint chipping or anything. More flowers. Storm drain. We got squirrels running. And then over here on the other side of the house, nice little Zen garden. Some more cacti and succulents. One more note about this home here is if you listen closely, you can kind of hear the road noise. And I'm gonna zoom in here. The roof actually looks pretty good. Looks like it was recently redone. This next home is 635 Wakanda Trail. This one's pretty high up here. Mostly dirt roads to get to the property. Some steep inclines as well. The roads are a little bumpy. And excuse my huffing and puffing. We're about 10,000 feet above sea level right now. It's about double where I live. So we got a little garage off to the side. And we got this garage attached to the house. This thing sticking out right here looks like a radon mitigation system if I had to guess. It just pumps gases out of the basement here in Colorado. Looks like we have an electrical panel over there. Let me zoom in on that. And then you got a little side gate to the side yard, mostly slanted down there. And then to get to the house, you come up the side over here. So this home looks like it's being used as an Airbnb. So when you come in the main door here, you got a living space, kitchen, basement, primary bedroom. So let's go over here first. We have gas burning fireplace. Hardwood floors, and then tile in the kitchen and living room, or I'm sorry, dining room. more of like an open concept. Kind of have everything just right here. And then get this nice patio. Let's check this out. Little hangout area over here. Hummingbird feeders. And you can get a view of the backyard. It's a very wooded area. You got a nice little teepee set up, a little bench over there for picnics or whatever you want to do outdoors. Coming over here, got another side yard. You can kind of see the propane tanks over there. That comes off the garage, which we'll look at here in a second. The siding is unpainted wood siding. Let me see if I can check out the roof. It doesn't look brand new, but it doesn't look terrible. Headed back in here. Again, amazing view of Woodland Park over there. Okay. Painted cabinets. Tile for the countertops. Newer appliances. Some sort of like quartz sink. Big, large island. So this goes out to the garage, but over here you have a guest bathroom. Take a look inside the shower. And it says it's on septic. I'm assuming it's on well as well. So you just have to be a little more careful and probably get that drained every couple of years. We can double check on that. It is the seller's responsibility to drain it and certify it before closing. This door over here, I'm pretty sure is the main closet. Let me try to zoom out a little bit. But it's locked. I'm pretty sure that's where they keep their Airbnb materials. Okay, let's go check out the basement. So we got carpet going down to the basement. Over here we have the utility room. The light's a little dim so you can't really see, but we have what looks like a water softener or something to do with the well system. The water heater, and then the furnace looks a little older. And coming over here, we've got another bathroom. It looks like it was pretty well taken care of. Maybe needs a little bit more of a little more caulking, but overall looks like in pretty good shape. Toilet's behind the door there. And then off to the left, looks like we've got some shadows there or something. Or maybe it was where they touched up some holes, it looks like. You got another bedroom down here. So this is bedroom number 2. Let's check out this closet. Pretty big closet, high ceilings. Let's check out the view really quick. So this one is that first side yard we checked out. And then coming back over here, we've got bedroom number 3. With a pretty big closet. Carpets in here. This feels like LVP or some sort of fake vinyl wood. It looks good. Doesn't feel like hardwood though. Doesn't look like it. Headed out to the backyard here. Got a little back patio with a side gate. Looks like this is some sort of ventilation for maybe, let's see, what could be a fireplace or a stove. Got our grill back here. Here's underneath the deck. These are pretty hefty. These are like, I don't know, 6x6. Pretty big. Gotta double check on that, but they look nice and sturdy from what I can see. And then right there next to the teepee, I see some sort of like sewer clean out, which I'm assuming leads to the septic. You can see little chipmunks hanging out near the bricks. Running about. Can't see them anymore, but they're probably hanging out in that wood pile right there. Coming over here to the side yard again. You can kind of hear your neighbors over there doing something. Overall, pretty remote. Coming back in. Let's just take another view. This one was a little bit smaller, so kind of run through again. Again, we got a bathroom over here. Bedroom. Oh yeah, we didn't check in here. I'm assuming this is laundry. Yep, laundry units. Bedroom. Up the stairs. Primary. Bathroom. Main living area. Now let's check out the garage. This is an oversized 1-car garage. I feel like you can fit stuff on either side. And then a little bit of storage that direction. Electrical panels exposed here, but it doesn't look ancient, which is good. Looks like they've got the cover right there. This is a heater. Side yard with the propane, which that's an extra expense. You might want to do a little more research on what that could cost. I hear in the winter time it can get kind of expensive using propane or gas. I don't have access to this garage, but let me see if I can peek in there at all. Kinda. Not really. It's just kind of what you would expect a garage to look like on the inside. And then, yeah, there's the front again. All right, this next one is 8390 Fremantle Drive. I believe this one is a 4.2. Check on that. Yep, 4.2. Front yard has this split rail fence, and it looks like there's a little trail right off to the side here. It's kind of got that xeriscaping style where there's not a ton of grass. It looks like it's more gravel, rocks, mulch. Pretty easy to maintain. Over on this side, got our side gate, trash cans, all that stuff. Got a big, large tree in the front yard here. Big entrance into the home. And then coming up to the side, got, looks like it's gonna be a split level. Got a spigot here. And a little bench to hang out front. And then another side yard. Let me peek over that fence. Looks like they've got a little dog run going on there. Oh, gotta peek over here as well. Yep, little green space. All right, let's check out the inside. Okay, so walking into the main door here, you have this little entrance area with coat racks, nice light fixture. Everything looks really updated. They've got nice new white paint. All the doorknobs and handles look really fresh and new. They've got LVP on the floor, this thicker, looks like a white oak style luxury vinyl. And then new sliding glass door, which takes you straight out to this patio here with a little bit of coverage. I'm not going to step out there now because I have these booties on, but looks pretty nice. Right here we've got a coat closet. And in this door, we have the 2-car garage. Looks like it's a little bit of an oversized 2-car garage. They've got a little storage over here, a little storage over there, electrical panel, backyard door. Looks like they're getting ready to move. All right, let's head on over here. But so far, everything looks really, really new, fresh, and clean. It feels almost like a mid-century home, but I believe it was built in the 80s. But I like how they kept some of the older style with it. It still feels pretty updated and fresh. So let's go up first. So these are pretty wide stairs. They look a little wider in person, but this looks like it was all either redone or refinished. Again, looks like that LVT on the floor here, that thicker white oak. It looks a little lighter in person. Looks a little redder on the camera, a little more red. Okay. Here's the main living space. This is kind of like a living seating area. Not really a good place for a TV except for maybe on that wall, but it seems like they have their TV space in the downstairs. Dining room right next to the really large island. I kind of like how they set this up where they have the 2 bar stools right there on this side, so you can still have a lot of room to eat over here, and then you don't really get interrupted by anyone in this section. Okay, let's see here. So these are Maytags, which are, in my opinion, pretty nice, and they feel pretty quality. They look pretty new. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but it looks like cords. They have it on the countertops and in the backsplash. Cabinets all look pretty new. Are they soft close? They are soft close. Maytag. What is this? Another Maytag. We've got another Lazy Susan there. Here's the sink. Your view out the sink is that little green space trail area. All matching appliances. This is a pretty well done kitchen remodel. Looks like they really knew what they were doing. Like, this walking space feels great. All the appliances match. Everything looks fresh and clean. extra storage on this side. And then they have like a coffee extra storage space over here. Pantry. Nice little shelves. They keep their like broom and vacuum in here, cleaning supplies. And then a view out the front and a matching light fixture to the front. It's nice they've kept it consistent. Again, it's giving really like mid-century vibes, but again, I believe it's built in the 80s, so I think it was done a little more intentionally. Even the shape of the house is giving that style. So we got carpet in here. The carpet looks a little older, not super fresh, but doesn't look dirty or anything. Again, like throughout the entire house, it looks like they redid all the paint. Looks like they did all the windows, did all the handles, all the hinges. So this window looks out to the backyard. They've got little bunk beds in here. And then over here is a bathroom with a skylight. Looks really clean. Usually you see like stains or like some sort of like water intrusion, but it looks pretty good. So this looks a little older. It's a little more like red, and even the granite on top is a little more red, and then the tile doesn't look like it's been updated. But overall, let me see here. It looks pretty clean. Let me see if this slides. Yep. Pretty heavy door. And this leads into one of the primary bedrooms. So it's kind of like almost a Jack and Jill style, but it's just connected to the main living area. Let's check out this closet. Okay, so it's not huge. Let me see if I can turn it on. There we go. The view from this bedroom is a little bit of green space, the back shed, the garden area, and you get a little bit of backyard. All right, let's head downstairs. Okay, so this looks pretty nice down here too. Looks like they've freshly cleaned the carpet. They got the recessed lighting all throughout, and there's at least a dozen recessed lights in here, and they're all pretty small. They look really good. They've got some nice wainscoting on the side, which looks like a olive green, or maybe like a gray, like a light gray. And then a little bit of storage area underneath here. Sometimes I see the furnace in there, so we'll look and see if we can find the furnace. If we can't, it's probably in there. Little window here to the front area. They've got a large sectional down here. Wood burning fireplace with a nice little arch and a mantle. Looks like they redid this or added that. It doesn't feel solid, but it looks really good. Some shelving on either side. They kept little features like this, like the color of this door. It kind of goes with the style of like the railing and just kind of like the 80s vibe that they have going on. If I can get it open, let's see. Not really, it's pretty tight in there, but you can see the furnace is actually in here, and I believe the water heater would be right back in there too. Yeah, so this water heater looks a little older. I'm sure the furnace is too, but let me see if I can see the year on this. Yeah, 2010, which, yeah, it's definitely a little past its life expectancy. I mean, if it's working, it's working. Some sellers don't like to replace stuff during their remodels. If it's still working, why would they? Okay, we got a bathroom down here. This looks like LVT. It looks like a tile instead of a plank. We got a bathroom over here with a tub. I think this is the only tub. Yeah, because upstairs was just the shower. And then we got our Maytag washer and dryer, sprinkler system, which is essential. It's really dry in Colorado. It's hard to grow grass unless you have a sprinkler system going. Usually we see our best grass seasons like early fall. Summer's pretty hot and dry. Got like a little office / gaming room over here. And by the way, this carpet, it's kind of like a light brown color. Not sure if you can pick that up on camera. I would consider this a bedroom. It's got a closet and a window. And this is called garden level. I'm sure you guys know that, but whenever it's just slightly below grade, that's called garden level. And there's a ton of these split level homes in Colorado. It's a pretty popular style. Not so much in the mountains, but in the city, we see them all the time. Another bedroom over here. This one's pretty big. Big closet too. This is probably the biggest closet I've seen. All right. Again, bedroom, laundry, bathroom, furnace water heater, little hangout TV area, front entrance with the garage, upstairs with the kitchen, pretty high ceilings, not crazy, but pretty high. Kids' bedroom, primary bedroom, bathroom. Now let's go check out the backyard. All right, here we go. So this patio has seen better days. Looks like it needs a refinish. There's that door coming out of the garage. Got a little storage shed over here. Side yard. Hangout area. Yeah, you can see the deck needs a little bit of refinishing. Looks like it's getting a lot of water on it. Okay. I'm really interested about what we have going on over here in this little shed. I didn't get a key for this shed. But we've got the AC, water spigot. Siding looks really good. It looks like it was freshly painted. Okay, so we got a little garden area, raised garden beds. Little kids' playhouse with irrigation. Looks like a drip irrigation. And over the fence, we got that walkway with a little bench. So pretty private right behind you. Now let me see if I can take a little peek inside this. This is fun for, I'm sure they have kids, but it looks like they're using it for some more storage. Yeah, I can't get in there. So yeah, it's just some more storage in there. Let's see if I can check. Little doghouse as well. Another big side side entrance here and that side yard. Oh, and I see a radon mitigation system like we saw earlier, so that's perfect. Yeah, overall, this home, it looks great. Looks like they took a lot of care of it, did some really good remodels. Yeah. All right. That should be it.